Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, coin collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts. In today's deep dive video, we'll be exploring a coin that looks like almost every other cent in your change jar, yet has the potential to be worth thousands of dollars. This is the story of the 1992 D. Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin. We'll walk you through its history, production details, special varieties, how to spot a rare version, and what the coin is worth in today's market, all in comprehensive detail. The Lincoln cent holds the title of being the longest-running coin design in United States history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this penny has gone through several design modifications. In 1959, the reverse design transitioned from the wheat stalks of the original wheat penny to the Lincoln Memorial design, in honor of the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. By 1992, the Lincoln Memorial reverse had become deeply familiar to Americans. That year, the Denver Mint, indicated by the small d mint mark located just beneath the year on the obverse side, produced a staggering number of Lincoln cents, over 4 billion coins. These were intended for general circulation and, at the time, no one suspected that a small number of these coins would go on to be among the most valuable Lincoln Memorial cents ever produced. The 1992 D. Lincoln cent shares the same physical characteristics as other pennies minted during the late 20th century. It has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and weighs approximately 2.5 grams. By this point in U.S. mint history, the coin was no longer made of solid copper but rather a zinc core plated with a thin layer of copper. On the obverse side is the profile of Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner. This design had been slightly modified to better fit modern minting techniques, but Lincoln's bust remains one of the most iconic portraits on American currency. Above Lincoln's head reads, "In God We Trust," with the word "Liberty" to the left, and the date, 1992, followed by the D mint mark to the right. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This intricate design includes not only the monument itself but a tiny depiction of Lincoln's seated statue visible between the columns, a unique feature among U.S. coins. Above the memorial is the phrase, "United States of America," and beneath it, 1 cent. Just above the monument, in the center, are the words, "E pluribus unum." Now comes the twist in our story, the reason why this ordinary-looking coin has become the subject of fascination among collectors and dealers. The vast majority of 1992 D. Lincoln pennies are worth face value. Even those in brilliant uncirculated condition might fetch only a modest premium, typically a few dollars at most, but in rare cases, a very small number of 1992 D. Lincoln cents were accidentally struck using a reverse die intended for the following year. This die features what collectors refer to as the close AM variety. In most 1992 D. pennies, if you closely examine the word America on the reverse, you will notice that the letters A and M are spaced apart, what is referred to as a wide AM. However, in the close AM variety, the A and M are almost touching. This detail was part of the reverse design slated for use beginning in 1993 on proof coins, but a handful of 1992 D business strike pennies were mistakenly struck using this modified die. The result is a mint error of remarkable scarcity, one that elevates the coin from common to exceptional. The 1992 D close AM penny is not just a curiosity, it's a genuine rarity in the numismatic world. The United States Mint did not intend for this die to be used in the production of circulating coins in 1992. This mistake likely occurred during the transitional period between die design updates, when an incorrect reverse die was paired with the 1992 obverse at the Denver Mint. Only a handful of authentic 1992 D close AM pennies are known to exist today. Their numbers are so low that many collectors spend years searching for just one. This rare variety remained undiscovered until the early 2000s, meaning thousands of collectors likely passed over it unknowingly in the 1990s. Even today, it is possible that some remain hidden in old coin rolls, jars, and drawers across the country. The key is to closely examine the reverse of the coin under magnification. Focus on the word America. If the A and M are clearly separated, you are looking at the common wide AM. If, however, the bottoms of those two letters nearly touch, appearing as though they were printed as one, then you might have stumbled across a close AM variety, but the inspection doesn't end there. Experts recommend also examining the spacing of the initials, FG, the designer Frank Gasparo's initials, located to the right of the Lincoln Memorial. On close AM coins, these initials are positioned farther from the building than on wide AM varieties. If you suspect you have a close AM coin, your next step should be to send it to a reputable coin grading service for authentication and evaluation. Only a certified grading can verify its authenticity and determine its market value. Let's talk money. In the world of coin collecting, value is driven by a combination of rarity, demand, and condition. The 1992 D close AM penny checks all three boxes. In circulated condition, a verified 1992 D close AM penny can sell for several $1,000s. Examples in higher grades, such as about uncirculated or mint state, can reach values well into the five-figure range. In pristine, red mint state 64 or higher, these coins have been known to sell for upwards of $10,000 or more at auction. In 2025, collector demand for this variety remains strong, as its rarity continues to be emphasized in numismatic publications, forums, and auctions. Top condition examples certified by leading grading companies can command premium prices, especially when they have a population of fewer than 5 coins in that grade. Coins graded mint state 66 or higher are exceptionally rare and highly sought after by registry set collectors and serious numismatists. Outside of the close AM variety, the regular 1992 D penny is still collectible in high grades. A brilliant red example in mint state 67 can sell for $30 or more, while one graded MS68, if found, could attract even higher bids due to its condition rarity. If you believe you have found a 1992 D close AM penny, take these steps. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to inspect the AM in America. Compare it to known images of wide and close AM varieties. Avoid cleaning or altering the coin in any way. This can lower its value. Submit it to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Even if you do not find a close AM, searching through your pocket change, old coin rolls, or inherited collections can be a rewarding and potentially lucrative activity. There's always the chance that your next coin could be the one that changes everything. The 1992 D Lincoln Memorial penny teaches us a vital lesson. Sometimes, the most valuable things are hiding in plain sight. Among billions of coins, just a handful were struck with a subtle difference that turns them into treasures worth thousands. It's a reminder of the excitement that coin collecting brings, the hidden history in everyday objects, and the importance of paying attention to the details. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, never overlook a penny, because one day, that ordinary coin might be a once-in-a-lifetime find. The 1993 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin appears like any other penny that might have slipped into your pocket change. But under the right conditions, pristine preservation, unexpected minting errors, or rare design anomalies, this small copper-plated piece of history could be worth significantly more than its face value. So how does a common 1-cent coin become a coveted treasure? Stay tuned, because we're about to explore the full story, from its historical background to its market value in 2025. The year marked the continuation of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series, first introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse of the coin featured Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Lincoln, the same design used since 1909, while the reverse displayed the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. In 1993, the U.S. Mint was operating three primary facilities for cent production: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia carried no mint mark. Those struck in Denver bore a small d below the date, and San Francisco struck limited proof coins marked with an S. That year, billions of Lincoln cents were produced, over 5.6 billion in Philadelphia alone, making the no-mint mark 1993 penny one of the most widely distributed coins of the early 1990s. Because of this mass production, the majority of these coins have little to no numismatic value in circulated condition. But as we'll see later, condition and uniqueness change everything. The 1993 Lincoln penny was struck using a copper-plated zinc planchet, the standard composition used since 1982. Each coin weighs approximately 2.5 grams and consists of 97.5% zinc with a thin 2.5% copper coating to preserve the traditional reddish appearance of earlier copper-based coins. The diameter remains 19 mm, with a smooth, plain edge. The obverse design remains true to its historical roots, showing Lincoln facing right, with the word Liberty on the left and the year of minting on the right, along with the motto, "In God We Trust," above. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, with the words, "United States of America," along the top, "E Pluribus Unum," above the memorial, and "1 cent," across the bottom. Despite being mechanically identical to previous and subsequent issues, it is these very details, the tiny inscriptions, the spacing between letters, or the absence of expected elements, that sometimes result in varieties or errors that elevate a coin's value. Out of billions of coins struck, only a tiny fraction survive in gem quality, mint state condition. Most 1993 pennies today are heavily circulated, with scratches, discoloration, and edge wear that make them undesirable for collectors. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with higher numbers indicating superior condition, MS 60 to MS 63. These uncirculated coins might show dull luster or small marks. MS 64 to MS 65. These have strong luster and only minor imperfections. MS 66 to MS 68. These are premium coins, with bright, appealing color and nearly flawless surfaces. MS 69 and MS 70, virtually perfect coins. MS 70 is rarely achieved. MS 69 is the sweet spot where rarity and demand collide. While a 1993 penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent, those graded MS 66 or higher can command real money. In 2025, a red-colored 1993 penny graded MS 66 might sell for $8 to $15. MS 67 examples could go for $25 to $60, depending on the market. But it's the MS 68 and above that attract the highest prices, sometimes reaching several $100s. An MS 69 red penny, especially with strong eye appeal, can sell for thousands to collectors who pursue only the finest specimens. Despite the coin's mass production, scarcity begins to emerge when we factor in condition. Out of the billions struck, only a handful of 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln cents have been certified in MS 69 red condition. That limited population drives up the value exponentially. In today's 2025 market, collectors are increasingly turning their focus toward modern coins in ultra-high grades, causing values for top-condition Lincoln cents to rise steadily. The demand is further fueled by registry set collectors, those who strive to build the finest known set of each date and mint mark combination. In 2025, a 1993 penny graded MS-69 red can command anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 at auction, depending on its eye appeal, strike quality, and verification by a trusted grading service. But even without a perfect grade, if you happen to find a sharply struck 1993 penny in bright red, uncirculated condition, it might still be worth submitting for grading. Because if it comes back as MS-68 or higher, its value could be significantly more than pocket change. Now let's explore another area where massive value can be found: mint errors and die varieties. Error coins occur when something goes wrong during the minting process. These aren't intentional, they're mechanical or human mistakes. And collectors love them. Close AM reverse. Normally, the A and M in America are widely spaced on business strike coins. A close AM means the letters are touching or nearly so. These were intended for proof coins but occasionally ended up on business strikes. Close AM varieties are highly sought after and in high grades can be worth several $1,000s. Double die obverse or reverse. A double die occurs when the design is impressed more than once on the coin's die at slightly different angles. This results in visible doubling of letters or numbers, especially around Liberty or the date. Strong double dies from 1993 can range from $50 to several $100s, depending on severity and condition. Off-center strikes. These coins are misaligned during striking, producing a crescent moon appearance where part of the design is missing. If enough of the date and design remain visible, off-center strikes can be worth $50 to $200 or more. Die cracks and cuds. Small die breaks can lead to raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. Some collectors prize large, dramatic die breaks, especially if they occur in unusual places. Wrong planchet errors. Occasionally, a penny might be struck on a planchet meant for a different denomination, like a dime or even a foreign coin. These are rare and can fetch thousands, depending on the error. Mule errors. A mule is a coin struck with mismatched dies, such as a Lincoln cent obverse paired with a reverse from another coin. Though extremely rare, mule errors have been known to sell for over $50,000. If you happen to find a strange-looking 1993 penny, maybe the spacing on the letters is off, or the coin is unusually thin or thick, or it looks doubled, you may be looking at a valuable mint error. Such discoveries often come from ordinary pocket change or old jars of coins. If you're a collector or just starting out, here are some tips. Always check 1993 pennies under good lighting or a magnifier for errors. Look for red luster. This indicates the coin has not been handled much. Store your coins in proper holders to prevent toning and contact marks. If you believe you have a high grade or error coin, consider submitting it to a reputable grading service. For sellers, the market in 2025 is increasingly competitive. Modern high-grade coins are gaining traction among new generations of collectors, especially those building online coin registries. This trend is expected to continue, increasing the long-term value of high-end specimens. The 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how even the most common coin, one that has passed through millions of hands, can hold extraordinary value under the right circumstances. In circulated condition, it's just a penny. But in pristine condition or with a rare mint error, it can become a collector's prize worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The 1995 Lincoln 1-cent coin with no mint mark. While it may appear as just another ordinary penny, some versions of this coin can be worth thousands of dollars in today's market. We'll explore everything from its mintage and historical context to error varieties, rarity factors, grading, and current market value in 2025. Whether you're a beginner coin collector or a seasoned expert, you're going to want to stay tuned. Let's get started. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln. In 1995, the United States Mint continued the long-running production of this penny, striking it in vast numbers primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally omits a mint mark on its coins. The composition of the 1995 penny remained copper-plated zinc, a standard that was established in 1982 after the mint moved away from the bronze alloy due to rising copper costs. The weight of each coin is approximately 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters. Though the coin appears commonplace at first glance, a closer look reveals some fascinating possibilities that have caught the attention of collectors around the world. The 1995 no-mint mark penny was minted in enormous quantities. Billions of coins were struck. As such, in circulated condition, most examples are extremely common and carry no significant premium. These are the coins you find in change jars, tucked in sofa cushions, or lying at the bottom of car cup holders. However, this high production run also created opportunities for striking errors, anomalies, and variations. And that's where things start to get interesting. Although the majority of 1995 pennies are worth 1 cent, a very small fraction possess attributes that place them among the most valuable modern small cents in the numismatic community. The most prominent and famous of these is the double die obverse. This variety features a strong doubling of the inscriptions on the front of the coin. The most noticeable areas include the word liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date itself. This doubling occurred during the hubbing process when the die received an extra, misaligned impression. The result is a visually dramatic error that is easily distinguishable even without magnification. Collectors seek out this variety with great enthusiasm, and the value of these coins depends heavily on their condition. In lower circulated grades, these double die examples can bring in several $100s. In uncirculated mint state red conditions, they have been known to command prices into the thousands. Another notable error includes off-center strikes. These occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned with the dies during the striking process. Depending on the severity, these can range from a small misalignment to coins where part of the design is completely missing. Off-center strikes that are more dramatic and still show a full or partial date tend to carry higher premiums. There are also broad strike errors, which happen when a coin is struck without the collar die in place. This results in a coin that is broader and flatter than normal. These errors, while not as dramatic as others, are still collectible and can bring added value. Then there are wrong planchet errors, where a penny may be struck on a planchet intended for a different coin, such as a dime. These are exceptionally rare and command strong prices at auction. Another anomaly worth mentioning is the close AM variety on the reverse of the coin. On normal business strike pennies, the letters A and M in America are widely spaced. But certain varieties show the letters nearly touching, a trait usually reserved for proof coins. Finding this variety on a business strike penny is uncommon and can lead to increased collector interest. As with all coins, condition plays a critical role in determining value. The coin grading scale, which ranges from poor, P1, to mint state 70, MS 70, is used to assess the quality and preservation of each coin. For the 1995 no-mint mark penny, most examples found in pocket change or circulation typically fall within the fine to extremely fine range. These coins exhibit significant wear and are generally worth face value. Uncirculated examples, especially those with a full red luster and no visible marks, fall into the mint state category. Coins graded MS 63 to MS 65 are relatively common but still desirable. However, coins graded MS 67 and higher are much more scarce and command a significant premium, particularly when certified by third-party grading services such as PCGS or NGC. the most valuable examples are those with the doubled die obverse in high mint state red grades. These coins are highly coveted by collectors and investors alike. In circulated condition, standard 1995 pennies without any errors or special characteristics remain worth 1 cent. These are common coins that have little to no collector interest. Uncirculated examples in mint state 60 through mint state 65 generally sell for between $1 and $10, depending on color and strike quality. For those with the famous double die obverse, values rise dramatically. Circulated specimens can range from $50 to several $100s, depending on visibility and wear. Mint state red examples typically start around $500 and can rise into the 4 or 5 figure range depending on the grade. Coins in the MS-68 or MS-69 range with deep red luster and strong doubling can easily bring in several $1,000s at auction. Close AM varieties in circulated grades might be worth $20 to $50, while uncirculated examples can reach several hundred. Off-center and broad strike errors vary widely, with minor errors fetching between $10 and $50 and more dramatic examples ranging from $100 to over $1,000. Wrong planchet errors are especially rare and can command values from several hundred to several $1,000s, depending on the coin it was mistakenly struck on and its grade. First, check the obverse lettering. Look at the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust." If you notice thick, clear doubling on the letters, especially around the base and edges, you may have found a double die variety. Next, inspect the reverse of the coin. Look at the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America. If they appear almost connected, you might have the close AM variety. Then, look at the shape and alignment of the coin. If the design is off-center or the coin is misshapen, you may have an error strike. Look for unusual borders or lack of a raised rim, as that may indicate a broad strike. Finally, check the size, color, and weight of the coin. If it feels lighter or thinner, it could have been struck on the wrong planchet. If you suspect you found something special, your best course of action is to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable third-party grading service. This not only confirms its authenticity but also solidifies its market value. The 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how ordinary coins can sometimes hide extraordinary value. With billions minted, the majority are common and overlooked. But for those who take the time to learn and look closely, treasures can be found in the smallest places, from double dies to planchet errors, and from close AM reverses to pristine mint state examples. The spectrum of value on this one coin is vast. Whether you're in it for the history, the thrill of the hunt, or the financial reward, collecting 1995 Lincoln cents can be a rewarding and educational experience. If you've got a jar of old pennies lying around, it might just be worth your time to sift through them. Who knows? You could be holding a penny worth thousands of dollars without even realizing it. The 1997 D. Lincoln Memorial 1-cent penny. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary penny, but there is a fascinating story beneath the surface that every coin enthusiast should know. We will uncover the history behind this coin, examine its production details, explore the varieties and mint errors that make certain specimens rare and valuable, and finally, discuss the current market value as of 2025. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this guide will give you a thorough understanding of the 1997 D. Lincoln penny and its place in the numismatic world. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the design has undergone several changes over the decades. The 1997 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Design Series, which was introduced in 1959 and remained in circulation until 2008. On the obverse side, the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, continues to be the face of the penny. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design pays tribute to the monument in Washington, D.C., symbolizing Lincoln's legacy and the nation's values. The 1997 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark just below the date on the obverse. That year, the Denver Mint produced over 4.5 billion pennies, making the 1997 D one of the most commonly minted coins in U.S. history. The 1997 D penny is composed primarily of a zinc core with a thin copper plating, a change that began in 1982. The coin weighs approximately 2.5 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. The shift to copper-plated zinc was primarily due to rising copper prices, and it has affected the coin's durability and collectible appeal. Because the 1997 pennies were produced in such massive quantities, the vast majority are common, everyday coins that hold face value. However, within this enormous production run, there are coins that stand out due to exceptional condition or unique minting characteristics. Despite its commonality, the 1997 D. Lincoln penny is noteworthy for a handful of interesting varieties and mint errors that can significantly increase a coin's value. These include double die varieties. Some 1997 D pennies exhibit a double die effect, where certain design elements, particularly on Lincoln's ear or the date, appear doubled or slightly offset. This doubling occurs during the die preparation process and is highly sought after by collectors because it is a clear, visible anomaly. Off-center strikes occur when a coin is not properly aligned in the coining press, causing the design to be partially missing or shifted. Pennies with an off-center strike that still show the date and mint mark clearly can be valuable due to their rarity and eye-catching appearance. Wrong planchet errors. Occasionally, a penny can be struck on a planchet intended for another coin, such as a dime or nickel planchet. These errors are extremely rare and prized by collectors because they represent a significant minting mistake. Strike-through and die defects. Coins that exhibit foreign material embedded in the design or other die-related defects can sometimes be worth more. These strike-through errors happen when debris interferes with the strike, causing unusual marks or distortions. Die varieties such as wide AM and close AM. Small differences in the spacing of letters on the reverse side can indicate different die varieties. For instance, variations in the spacing of America are classified as wide AM or close AM varieties and may command a slight premium. The enormous mintage of the 1997 D penny makes it a common coin, but rarity is determined not just by numbers minted, but by condition and uniqueness. Most coins that have circulated are worth face value. However, those preserved in uncirculated condition, especially with original red luster, are highly sought after. Red luster refers to the coppery red color that pennies possess before being handled or oxidized. Over time, pennies turn brown as the copper reacts with the environment. Coins graded with red luster and high mint state, MS, grades are much more valuable. In particular, coins graded MS 65 or higher with full red coloration can fetch significant premiums. For example, a well-preserved 1997 D. Lincoln penny graded MS 68 red might sell for several $100s, while an MS 69 red specimen can command prices in the thousands. Error coins, especially those with clear doubling or off-center strikes, are often valued higher than their error-free counterparts, sometimes by tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and visual appeal of the error. As of 2025, the market for 1997 D. Lincoln pennies reflects a blend of widespread availability for circulated coins and strong demand for high-grade and error examples. Circulated condition. Common 1997 D pennies in circulated condition typically trade at face value or a few cents above due to collector interest in bulk sales or as filler coins for sets. Uncirculated grades, MS 60 to MS 64. Uncirculated coins without significant luster tend to sell in the range of 10 to 20 cents each. Higher mint state grades, MS 65 red and above. At this level, coins with full red luster and sharp details can command prices ranging from 30 cents to over $1. Top-graded specimens, MS-67 to MS-69 red. These are rarities and can fetch hundreds to several thousands of dollars depending on the exact grade and eye appeal. Error coins and varieties, depending on the type and severity of the error. Values range from $10 for minor die varieties up to several $100s for well-preserved double dies or major off-center strike stud. It's important to note that market prices fluctuate based on collector demand, auction results, and grading trends. The rise of online coin marketplaces and grading services has made it easier for collectors to find and verify high-quality examples, which has helped stabilize prices at the upper end of the scale. If you think you may have a valuable 1997 D penny, here are some tips to maximize its potential. Inspect carefully. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine details like Lincoln's ear for doubling or off-center strikes. Assess the color. Check if the coin has retained its original red luster or if it has turned brown or partially red. Consider professional grading. Submitting your coin to a reputable grading service can authenticate its condition and potentially increase its market value. Avoid cleaning. Never clean your penny, as this can drastically reduce its value by damaging the surface and altering its natural patina. Stay informed. Follow market trends and auction results to understand the current demand and pricing for these coins. The 1997 D Lincoln Memorial Penny represents an interesting intersection of mass production and collectible intrigue. While billions were minted, and most remain common, careful inspection can reveal hidden gems in the form of rare varieties, mint errors, or coins in exceptional condition. Whether you find a standard circulated coin or a top-grade error, understanding its background and market value empowers you to appreciate and potentially profit from this small but historically rich piece of American coinage. The 1998 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Though this coin was produced in staggering quantities, there are some aspects that make it worth far more than its face value for the right collector. The Abraham Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1909, designed to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. By 1998, the Lincoln cent was firmly entrenched in the Lincoln Memorial reverse design era, which began in 1959 and continued until 2008. The obverse features the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, carefully sculpted to convey dignity and respect. In 1998, the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of these pennies without a mint mark, a common practice for Philadelphia at the time. The sheer volume of these coins means that they are incredibly common in everyday circulation. In 1998, the Philadelphia Mint alone struck over 5 billion pennies, and combined with the Denver Mint, the total mintage for the Lincoln cent that year exceeded 10 billion coins. This staggering production number makes the 1998 Lincoln penny one of the most produced coins in recent history. Philadelphia pennies bear no mint mark, which is why this particular version is often referred to simply as the no mint mark Lincoln penny. Most 1998 pennies you find in your change are worn from use and hold only their face value, 1 cent. Despite the massive production, the overwhelming majority of these pennies are not valuable to collectors simply due to their commonality. Even those in better condition, though visually appealing, usually command only a modest premium of a few cents over face value in everyday markets. When evaluating any coin's worth, condition is paramount. For the 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny, coins graded as circulated generally sell for about a penny. However, if the coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it has no wear, full mint luster, and sharp detail, it can command modest premiums ranging from 10 to 30 cents. At the higher end, coins graded MS-65, which means they are mint state with only minor imperfections, can attract higher prices among collectors who appreciate pristine examples. What truly separates the mundane from the extraordinary when it comes to the 1998 Lincoln penny is the presence of errors and varieties. Errors occur during the minting process and are sometimes accidental, rare, and highly sought after by collectors. Perhaps the most famous and valuable variety connected to the 1998 no-mint mark penny is the so-called wide AM error. This refers to a distinctive die variety where the letters A and M in America on the reverse are spaced wider apart than on regular coins. This error is especially notable because it is closely associated with Philadelphia pennies and is believed to have resulted from the use of a proof die on circulating coins. Proof dies are generally intended for limited runs of high-quality coins, not billions of everyday pennies. While the average circulated wide AM penny may sell for about $10, and uncirculated examples might bring up to $25, select high-grade specimens have achieved astonishing auction results. There are documented cases where a pristine wide AM penny graded MS-67 red, the highest possible condition rating with original mint red color, has sold for prices in the hundreds of thousands, and even reports of sales reaching into the millions of dollars. These extreme values are driven by the rarity of the coin in such superior condition and the strong collector demand for this unique error. Close AM error. This variety shows the letters A and M closer together than normal on the reverse. While less valuable than the wide AM, these coins can sell for between $100 and $300 when in excellent condition, particularly if graded by a professional service. Double die errors. Occasionally, coins from 1998 display doubling on the obverse or reverse lettering. Doubling occurs when the coin die strikes the planchet more than once, slightly misaligned. These coins are generally worth from $20 to $50 depending on how prominent the doubling is and the overall condition. Off-center strikes. Coins struck slightly off-center create a visually dramatic effect and are highly collectible. Minor off-center strikes may sell for less than $20, but more severe misalignments can command $50 to $100. BIE die crack error. This subtle die crack between the letters B and E in the word liberty creates the appearance of liberty. Such coins typically sell in the $10 to $15 range. As of 2025, the market for 1998 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies reflects their dual nature. The vast majority remain common and worth only a penny or just slightly more. However, coins exhibiting the rare errors and especially those in superb condition can bring dramatically higher prices. Uncirculated red pennies with no errors typically fetch between 10 to 30 cents. Those with minor errors can range from $5 to $50. Error coins like the wide AM in mint state condition can command prices starting in the hundreds and going up to astronomical figures for the highest graded examples. The extreme valuation of some 1998 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies boils down to a few factors: rarity, condition, and collector demand. Despite billions being minted, only a handful of error coins survived in exceptional condition. When those rare coins come to auction, passionate collectors compete fiercely, driving prices sky high. Coins graded MS-67 or higher with brilliant red coloration and a well-documented wide AM error are especially prized. The combination of low surviving population and the story behind the error makes these coins incredibly valuable. If you suspect you have a valuable 1998 penny, the first step is to examine it under strong lighting and magnification, focusing on the spacing between the letters A and M in America on the reverse. Look carefully for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual die cracks. If you find an error or your coin is in mint condition, professional grading is highly recommended. Certification from a reputable grading company can confirm authenticity and grade, which significantly impacts market value. Always store valuable pennies in acid-free holders or coin flips designed for preservation to avoid damage and corrosion. The 1998 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny represents a fascinating case study in modern American numismatics. For everyday transactions, these coins remain 1 cent. Yet for collectors, a keen eye can uncover rare varieties and errors worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. As the market evolves in 2025, the premium for pristine error coins continues to grow, making the search for these hidden treasures both exciting and potentially rewarding. The 2014 D. Lincoln Shield 1 cent penny. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a history buff, or simply curious about coin values, this comprehensive exploration will take you through the coin's intricate background, its production, rarity factors, and most importantly, its value and significance in the current 2025 marketplace. The Lincoln cent has been an enduring symbol of American heritage since it was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's portrait on the obverse of the coin was revolutionary at the time, being the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a historical figure instead of an allegorical liberty. Fast forward to 2010, the U.S. Mint introduced a new reverse design for the Lincoln cent to replace the famous wheat ears and later the Lincoln Memorial design. This new reverse features the Union Shield, a symbol of strength and unity representing the original 13 states that banded together to form the United States. This shield design was meant to honor Lincoln's preservation of the Union during the Civil War, connecting the modern penny directly to the enduring legacy of the 16th president. The 2014 penny continued this design tradition, with the D. Mint mark signifying that it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the two primary mints responsible for the majority of Lincoln cents in circulation. In 2014, the Denver Mint struck over 4 billion Lincoln cents bearing the shield reverse. Specifically, the 2014 D. Lincoln Shield penny's mintage was a staggering 4,155,600,000 coins. This colossal number is a testament to the penny's role as a workhorse coin in the American economy. The coin itself is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with a copper-plated surface. It weighs 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, specifications consistent with pennies struck from 1982 onwards. Due to the high mintage and widespread circulation, the 2014 D penny is extremely common in everyday transactions, which means the average coin you find in your pocket or change jar has little numismatic value beyond its face value of 1 cent. Although the 2014 D penny is widely abundant, not all specimens are created equal. Numismatic value is predominantly determined by a coin's condition and eye appeal. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect condition, flawless under magnification. Most circulated 2014 D pennies fall in the lower grades, typically from good, G4, to very fine, VF20, which generally hold no premium over face value. However, uncirculated coins graded mint state, MS, are far more desirable. A typical MS60 to MS63 coin shows minimal wear and has retained much of its original luster. Within mint state coins, those with the red color designation, indicating original copper luster has not faded, can command higher prices. Specifically, in the 2014 D. Lincoln Shield cent series, coins graded MS65 or higher with red designation are sought after by collectors and investors. Coins graded MS67 red are rarer and tend to bring significant premiums, sometimes selling for several tens of dollars. The highest grades, such as MS68 or MS69 red, are exceptionally scarce for this coin and can sell for over $100. MS70, a perfect coin, is virtually impossible to find given the massive mintage but would be a prized gem in any collection. while the 2014 D Lincoln Shield penny does not have a wide range of known major die varieties like some earlier Lincoln cents. It does have subtle varieties and notable mint errors that collectors watch for. One of the more interesting varieties that have attracted attention is the BIE die crack variety, which manifests as a faint raised line between the letters B and I in the word liberty on the obverse. Coins displaying this die crack can sell for a small premium in circulated grades and a more significant premium in uncirculated grades. In addition, minting errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet defects can substantially increase a coin's value. Off-center strikes, in particular, if severe enough to expose the underlying metal and significantly misalign the design, may be worth tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the degree of the error and the coin's condition. Collectors actively seek out these varieties and errors because they add uniqueness and rarity beyond the mass-produced run of billions. So, what is a 2014 D Lincoln Shield penny worth in today's 2025 market, in general circulation condition, that is, the pennies you find in your wallet, cash register, or coin jar? The 2014 D penny is worth exactly 1 cent. The sheer volume minted ensures it is a common coin for daily transactions. For coins in uncirculated condition, values begin to increase depending on grade and color. MS-60 red pennies can range between 50 cents and $2. MS-65 red specimens are often valued between $5 and $10. MS-67 red coins regularly sell for $25 to $30 in the online marketplace. MS-68 red coins, being much scarcer, can command prices near $149 or more. The rare MS-69 or MS-70 red specimens can push past the $200 mark. Although these are exceedingly rare given the massive mintage and distribution, if the coin has a notable mint error such as an off-center strike or a distinct doubling, values can significantly increase depending on the nature and severity of the error. Some error coins have sold for hundreds or even over $1,000. But such cases are the exception rather than the norm. For collectors and investors considering the 2014 D Lincoln Shield penny, it is essential to weigh rarity against condition. Because of its high mintage, the 2014 D penny is not a rarity in the traditional sense. What collectors truly seek are high-grade coins with excellent eye appeal and original surfaces. Professional coin grading services add credibility to a coin's condition and can unlock the premium potential of well-preserved specimens. For those seeking to enter the Lincoln cent collecting world, starting with affordable MS-60 or MS-63 coins is a great way to build a quality set without breaking the bank. The value of these coins is not likely to skyrocket dramatically in the near future due to the enormous quantities available. However, quality specimens, especially those certified in high grades, will always maintain collector interest and hold premium prices compared to face value. The 2014 D Lincoln Shield penny is a remarkable coin that serves as a bridge between modern mass production and the enduring legacy of American coinage traditions. Its design honors one of the nation's greatest presidents and symbolizes unity through the shield reverse. While not rare in numbers, the coin's true value lies in its condition and collector appeal, especially for coins with original red luster or unique mint errors. In 2025, high-grade examples are becoming harder to find as circulation gradually removes the finest specimens from the market. For collectors, the 2014 D penny offers an accessible entry point into Lincoln cent collecting with the potential for discovery of interesting varieties and error coins. For investors, premium-graded examples provide an opportunity for steady, if modest, appreciation over time. No matter your interest, the 2014 D Lincoln Shield penny stands as a testament to the enduring story told by every coin, history, artistry, and the passage of time. Thank you for joining us in this detailed exploration of the 2014 D Lincoln Shield penny. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the fascinating world of coins and numismatics. Share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. We love hearing from fellow collectors and history enthusiasts. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and may every coin you find tell a story worth preserving.